All right, I think we are starting up here. Hello, hello. Waiting to see a couple of people pop up. There we go. Hello, happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining me today. I see a couple people popping up. Hope you're all having a great week so far. Hi, Robin. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Hi, Jen. Thanks for joining today. Oh, thanks, Ben.
You're welcome.
Ben brought me my tablet so I can know where I've got everything. All right. I think we're just about ready to get started. Hello, Julie. Thank you for joining. Bonjour to you too. All right, let's go ahead and flip the camera. I'm really excited today. I have a Valentine project. I have to admit, I really love Valentine's Day. I'm not really, when I think of Valentine's Day, I don't just think of the romantic, just the sweethearts. I think of all the people that I love. And I love to have that holiday where we can celebrate love. And so it's one of my favorites. And I get excited about making Valentine projects. I'm going to have to control myself to not just make a million. So anyway, the one I'm doing today is not a card. I thought I would do something a little bit different. I don't have a lot of Valentine decorations, believe it or not. And so I thought I want something I can put in my house. So today I'm making something that for my home, and it's something that is easily replicated. You guys can make it work for your house too. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. Here we go. I'm just going to switch my camera. I think we got that about right. We'll know soon enough, right? Hopefully not every little piece of junk on my craft table is showing. Okay, so the base of what we are creating today is going to be created on a surface board. So Brutus Monroe carries these awesome surface boards. This one's a little bit lighter weight. And it's the one that comes in the 12 by 12 size. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to turn my air conditioner off. I may have to. Hopefully it's not too noisy. You can let me know, and Darren will tell me if it's too noisy. And speaking of Darren,
it's not too bad.
Thank you so much, Darren, for moderating again. I really appreciate you. He helps make it possible for me to do two things at once. Okay, so I'm going to move the phone over just a little bit. Okay, I think that will be a little bit better. Okay, so anyway, going back to the surface board, this is the lighter weight surface board. This is 12 by 12, and that's the one we're going to be working with today. But also, they carry this one that's heavier weight. This one is the ultra thick surface board, and you can even hear this one. You can tap on it and you know these are thick. In fact, I'll pull one out and show you just how thick they are. So if you wanted to create this type of a project and put it in like an 8, you might have to cut it down a little because these are 8.5 by 11. But I made this one because I have a 12 by 12 frame I'm going to use. But you can see this one's quite thick, as opposed to this one that's a little lighter. Okay, so I'm going to move that out of my way. And then the next thing we're going to be working with is Echo Park. Brutus Monroe carries lots of different brands. We've got the awesome Brutus Monroe products, and then we also have a bunch of really cool things from other scrapbook and stamp companies, paper craft companies. So this one, let me do it this way. This is Echo Park. This is their Cupid Company paper pack, and I fell in love with this when I saw it. I had to have it, and we are going to play with this a lot today. So this paper comes from that pack, and a lot of the things that we play with today will be from that pack. We are also going to use our ATC cards. These come in a pack. I can't remember how many right now. I want to say 18, but I could be wrong. I hope that I'm right. Anyway, you can see there's a ton in there. We're going to use some of those, and we're just going to make a cute little thing that we're going to frame. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got my little ATC cards, and I've got them in order. We're going to do... I've already attached most of them to their backings, but I just need to put these together. So you can see I just cut my pattern paper, and you can see, I don't know if you can see actually with how small this is right there, but I used one of the sides, but you can see there's all of these cute little extras, and there's so many pieces of paper in this thing. It's just, they're too adorable. But anyway, I'm going to use this cute pink and red plaid. Get a little bit of our tissue tape out. And an ATC card measures about 2.5 by 3.5. And so I just cut my little pattern papers down to that. If you wanted to, you could leave a little bit of a border around it if you wanted to just take a little bit off of that. But I wanted mine to cover the whole card. So I've done all of them but 2. So
Donna says hi.
Hi, Donna.
Donna Farello.
Donna, how are you feeling? All right, we're just gonna grab these off.
Lori says hi.
Hi, Lori. Okay, so now we've got all of our little pieces. I tell you, when I am live, I can never get these lined up. We may have to just do a little something like that. You can see my little cheats. Okay. So we've got those in order. And then I talked about, last week I talked a little bit about the digital cut files that Brutus Monroe offers. If you haven't checked them out, you really should. And especially if you're a subscriber, you get them, I believe they're free. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they are if you're a subscriber. So I went in and I got, it's called gift tag alphabet, isn't it, Darren?
Jack. It is called the...
I want to say it's gift tag alphabet. It might be tag.
Gift alphabet.
Gift. Okay, it's gift alphabet. Kind of thinking of gift tags because you can actually, when you cut these out on your Cricut, there's an option, there's another piece that goes behind it if you choose, that has a little ring in it so that you can make them into tags. But we were keeping these kind of simple.
Donna says it's not so good today, fever running.
Oh, Donna, I'm sorry to hear that. I am praying for you, just so you know. I have been keeping you in my prayers. I hope that you're feeling better soon. Okay, so I'm using Simon Hurley ink. There you go, Darren. There's the product of the day I didn't remind you about.
Which one is it?
It's the Woof Simon Hurley ink pad.
You also didn't mention ATC cards either.
I actually did, but you didn't hear me. Okay, so I'm just going to go along because you can see they can get a little bit lost, but I don't want to go super heavy on it. I just want to lightly go along the edges so that we can just get a little bit of definition away from the pattern paper. You can use whatever blending tool you like. I'm just using a cheap old sponge. I actually got into that a little bit more than I wanted to, but it is what it is at this point, right? So I might have to go in a little bit more just to kind of yeah, I like that a little better. If we're going to go that way, we're going to go that way. Sometimes you just have to roll with your project. I think sometimes we control them so much, if you can kind of work with it as you go, sometimes you end up with something even better than you had first pictured. So yeah, I went heavy on this, heavier than I intended, but that's okay. I think it works.
Donna says thanks.
You bet, Donna. Hey Darren, will you text Daniel that his game is too loud?
Yeah, I'm not sure hear me, but
My son is playing a video game and I can hear it a little too well. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's just down the hall from where I'm at. All right. Just about there. So, what do you guys think about Valentine's Day? Do you guys do anything special to celebrate it? Is it more just, do you do like the Galentine's Day? Do you, I know this year probably is going to come with different kinds of Valentine plans. I know there's not a lot of options as far as no romantic dinners out on the town, right? But you can have a romantic dinner in, right? But like I said, one thing that we do that's kind of fun is we'll put out little, I'm sure you've seen this before, you put out a little bit of like mailboxes, sometimes individually, sometimes just as a family, and we put little messages and treats in there until Valentine's Day. I always try to encourage the notes and the just sweet messages more than the treats because I think they mean a lot more. But you know what the kids like the best. They're all about the treats. Can you believe that January is already half over? I was looking at the date today and I was like, oh my gosh, how is it already the 13th? Okay, so there's our E. That was really the one I was the most concerned about. Obviously, we're going to do all of them because we had to do one. But that was the one that I was worried about because it was blending in the most with the pattern behind it. And you could use any color. I'm just using gray because I don't want it to be a huge focal point. But you could actually work that into the design if you wanted to use a brighter color. Or if you wanted to make it bolder and use black. All right. Got our Y. You guys are quiet.
they are.
All right, I know what will get you talking. What's your favorite Valentine treat? One of my favorites is something that, I don't know if they have this brand in other states, but when I lived in Utah, there was a local company called Sweets, and I know that they distribute in other areas, but since I moved to Montana and now in Arizona, I haven't seen that brand, and they make the best cinnamon hearts. They're a little hotter than some, but that's what I kind of like about them. I'm kind of a fan of cinnamon bears, and cinnamon hearts are my favorite. But they have to be that brand for them to be as the good treat that they are. Most of the other ones are kind of wimpy.
The good thing about that is no one else likes them, so they're always hers.
That is true. Darren is telling the truth. No one else in my family likes cinnamon, so I don't have to share my treats when I get cinnamon bears. All right, is anybody telling me your favorite treats?
Nothing so far. Christopher came on and said $25 gift card for anybody who shares Friday.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you, Christopher. Hopefully you all saw that. What was that?
Michelle says hi.
Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining today. See if I can hold on to my U on our last letter. Thanks for being patient while I got these all inked up. He did, hun. Darren, he turned it on this game. I don't hear it anymore. Okay. All right. So we've got the base of our message here. So I think I'll go ahead and just stick those letters on. Do you think we should pop them up? I actually think on the O's, I think we're going to do something a little different. I think I have had this, Stampin' Up! Makes this. I have had this for a good decade at least. I don't even know how long, but it just cuts off your corners. So just straight across. And I'm just going to do that so it looks a little bit more like a tag.
Donna says she likes the heart-shaped small candy with the sayings on them.
Oh, you like the conversation hearts, Donna?
Yep.
That is interesting. I think most people either really like those. They're kind of like candy corns. I think people either really like them or really don't.
I like candy corn.
You do?
Yeah, candy corn?
Yeah, Darren likes candy corn. Okay, you know what? I kind of like that. What do you guys think? Do you think we should do all of the letters with the... or just leave 2? Something we can think about for a minute. I am going to do one thing while I've got it right here. I'm going to hope that my punch will go through all 4 layers of that, because we've got 2 that are kind of heavy duty. I think it will.
This is one of the first fonts she designed about 6 years ago. She loves seeing it. Chris said this is one of the first fonts he designed 6 years ago. He loves seeing it.
Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I thought you said she, and I was like, who? I love this font too. This is really cute. You did good.
Hershey Kiss.
Oh, Hershey Kisses. Oh, yeah. You might win. Chocolate. I don't know. Those cinnamons, they're pretty good. Okay. I kind of like the idea of popping those up a little bit. So let's go ahead and I've just got... Okay, so if you haven't seen on the Brutus Monroe site, there are brand new foam dots. I don't have any yet, but I'm telling you now, I will have some at some point soon. But for now, I'm just using my little cheap foam tape because honestly, it's handy and I just don't want to take too long doing this part. So it's more a matter of laziness, I guess.
Chris said he found these really cool letter tags at Pottery Barn during the holidays. They sold out super quick, so he designed some for us.
That is awesome. I know, it's so fun to see all the inspiration. There's inspiration so many places. You never know when it might strike. All right. Yeah, I'm liking the dimension there.
Christopher said, I think you guys will be getting a new adhesive shipment too soon.
Ooh. You hear that? That's exciting. So I can show that soon. All right. Okay. I know Christopher likes gummy things.
Gummies are good. I like gummies.
Darren likes gummies and probably chocolate like me and everything else sugary.
In Canada, we have something called wine gums. They're gummy, but they're more hardy. It takes a while to chew through them, so they're pretty good.
I don't know if you all can hear Darren when he talks. I hope you can. But he was just saying that Darren is originally from Canada, and he was saying that in Canada there's some candy called wine gummies or wine gums.
Wine gums.
Wine gums. And
they're little round candies, but they're heavier than usual gummies.
They're harder than usual gummies, so they last a little longer, he said.
It's a bit of a workout.
You burn off more calories eating those ones?
Exactly, yeah.
That's where I've gone wrong all these years. I'm just sure of it. Okay. I'm not cutting my foam narrow enough. All right. Well, I have to say I also love See's chocolate. That if I had to choose just one candy, I guess that would be it. I'm very grateful that I don't have one super close to my house. It's close enough if I'm really dying, but it's far enough away that I would have to really want it.
It's a damn good thing. It costs them almost as much to ship it as to buy it. So.
Yeah, it does cost kind of a lot to ship that. All right. We're getting there, guys. The fun part comes after this. This is all kind of fun, but I think that the next part is the part I'm most excited to share with you. Okay, so if you ever watch Christopher Allen live, which I am sure you probably do, that is something that happens mostly on Mondays and Tuesdays, but it can happen anytime. Go to YouTube and look up Christopher Allen and look up Brutus Monroe. I'm not sure which one. I think he goes from both sometimes. Christopher, if you're still on, you can correct me. But last night he was showing this new product that Simon Hurley came out with called the Stamp Pad. Oh my goodness. It is so cool. I've never seen anything like it. It's this stamp foam. That's what it's called. And you can use it with anything that has like a raised pattern on it. Or even one that's like Christopher used it on his hand, and he was able to get the impression of like all of the little lines in his hand. And when he stamped it, it looked like a Xerox copy looks. It was really, really cool. So I think that's going to open up a whole bunch of cool new things. Oh, thanks, Ben. I appreciate that. Ben, you're the best.
Why, thank you.
All right.
Christopher said sold out.
Yeah, they are sold out right now, so watch for them to come back. But oh my goodness, you'll have to look them up, because watch the video. You can see why I'm just like, wow.
But they ordered
Still in
some
awe.
more.
See, yep. You can think of all of the things you want to do with them while you're waiting for them to come in. Okay, so this part is taken care of. Let's take that off for a minute.
Donna said she's gonna watch this later. She's not feeling so good.
Oh, Donna, I'm so sorry. Go get some rest. I'm thinking about you. I'm just going to take the corners of this to our surface board. I don't know why I didn't do that before. And actually, it probably would have been easier to tape it to the surface board and then put the paper on top, but hey, sometimes, you know, you just need a little added challenge. And usually that happens to me during a live. Okay, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and line that up. And one grace I have here is this is going to go in a 12 by 12 frame. So the very edges won't show. Okay, so that's ready to go. So we've got our base. Now it's time to build on that. So the next thing I'm going to do, I am revisiting the digital cut. I believe it's called Hearts. Is that called Hearts, Darren?
It is called, gotta find it, sorry.
Heart Wall?
Crap, so many things in here. Heart Background.
Heart Background. I always make things harder than they need to be. So we're going to use this. We're going to put this up in the corner. I'm just going to dab a little bit of glue on this. I think that's probably the easiest route. I think we'll just put that about right here. Okay, and then
Leave room for your frame.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's okay if it comes down a little bit. If you don't see the very top of it, it's nothing tragic there. I think it'll be just fine. Okay, so now I kind of want to look at where I want my letters to be. I'm going to just kind of have them hanging out so that I can... I'll move them around a lot.
Off screen. You can slide it over.
All right, sorry about that. That's probably a little better. Okay, so, wow, it'd help if I spell love correctly, huh? And I know everything's kind of backwards. I'm sorry, I don't know how to get it so you can see it right side up, but I'll make sure that I show you the finished design that way. And I don't really want to put these lined up too, if you know me at all, having them be too stringent on how they're lined up is not really my style. I kind of like them a little bit jumbly. I think that'll work. And so now I'm going to take one of my favorite, this is one of my favorite products that Brutus Monroe carries, and it is these little black, well, all of the colors, but this is the little felt doilies. I think they are so fun. They add so much character to your projects. I think we'll just kind of tuck it up there. Maybe move it over just a little bit. And then kind of laying it out first, and then we'll do some gluing after that. I think we'll stick this guy down around the bottom. I wonder if we need to move that up just a little. Okay, now I have used several things as far as dies go. Last week I used the hearts die, and one thing that I forgot to mention that I want to point out, look at all of those little tiny hearts. It would be such a shame to just throw those in the garbage. So I kept them because they're great for shakers. This happens to be one of the shakers, and I put them in here just in case I wanted to just use them just like this. But I pulled a few of these out because we're going to use them on the back. But yeah, when you do these little hearts, make sure you save them. Even if you don't save them in a shaker, you can use them in a shaker. Or like we're going to use them now for a little event. We're also going to use, okay, this is still, I think, my favorite die set ever. I don't know, I just recently got some new things that I can't show you yet because they haven't been released yet, but trust me, you'll be drooling. These little guys, though, they're just one of those ones that it's a staple. You gotta have it. If you do not have the flower bundle, seriously, you need to have it in your collection. So,
Flower Builder.
Flower Builder. I am so sorry. I am so bad at these names. especially when I'm under pressure. But I just used this little guy.
It says they're coming Friday, the new stuff.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so you can see I've got my little heart. I've got this one. And then I actually used, so the stamp, or I mean the die of the month this month. Look at this. This is beautiful. This is called With Love. And I am going to use this little guy. I cannot wait. I think that's going to be so fun. So we're going to use that guy.
Christopher says, don't worry, he designs them. He doesn't remember the names half the time.
Oh, Christopher, thank you. That makes me feel better. Okay, we're going to put this one up here. We've got our little love letters. And then this little flower, this was in, this one's called Flowered Heart. And if you received, okay, so if you've been watching me very long, or if you're familiar with Brutus Monroe, then you know probably a lot about the subscription clubs, I should say. If you don't, let me just quickly tell you that there are several amazing subscriptions through Brutus Monroe. One of them happens to be the die of the month. This one was the die of the month. I showed you this one. This is this month's die of the month, With Love. And this one was from, I believe, November. This was Flowered Heart. And I love this one. We're going to use this little guy to do some little flowers. We'll use our little flower builder centers there. I think we'll kind of let this come down a little bit. Might have to rearrange just a bit. There we go. And we'll put that in the center. And then we've got a red one that we'll put down here with the little pink center. And then see these little guys? We're just going to use them like we would use enamel dots. As you know, I love enamel dots. Or sequins, which I also love. We've got our own little embellishments here. We'll put those around here. These are also from the Flower Builder. Do we need both of those? We'll leave it there and we'll see how we feel in a minute. And we'll put one down here. And we need a couple of little hearts down here, I think. Okay, so now let's just go ahead and adhere all of this. We'll put some ribbons through our tags. So on this, I'm just going to use a little bit of my tissue tape. I think that will hold it okay. I feel like I've used it on it before, so I'm not too worried. See if I can get the backer to come off. That's probably going to be the hardest part. There we go. Yeah, about right there. Okay. And now we'll just go ahead. I think I am going to use foam squares for the letters. I'm not going to stick them down yet, but we'll just get them ready to go a little bit. Maybe on some of them and not all of them. I kind of like that. I like kind of going back and forth so you get a little bit more variety in your dimension. Yeah, I'm thinking that'll work. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and, what have we got here? I think I just want to use, do I want to just use glue on this guy? Let's just use a little glue on this guy. That was way too much glue. Let me just grab something to wipe off a little bit. Okay. So we'll put this little guy right here. And then one thing with these that I think is kind of fun, if you want to just give it a little bit more dimension, you can just kind of flip along. I like that there's a circle in the middle because I use that to kind of use, I kind of push my fingernail against it. And I don't push super hard because I don't want a lot of creasing in there. Just a little, just to lift it up a little bit. See, just enough. And we'll go ahead and we'll use a thumb square on that one. Anybody talking? Am I talking too much?
No one's talking. I think they're just watching you.
And I think we'll use blue dot for the center. If I can get one that has the dot on it. I always grab the backings. Okay, here's one. And ordinarily I poke those ones up, but on this flower I kind of liked it flat. All right, let's just glue down our little, kind of work our way around. Okay. And then we just need to add our little...
Michelle says that looks great.
Thanks, Michelle. And so simple. And all things you might have already. The ATC is another subscription that Brutus Monroe offers. They also offer a stamp of the month and an aqua pigment, a glitter glaze, and an embossing powder of the month. All amazing. But the one that is my favorite that I have failed to mention yet is, no, they don't do that one anymore. Okay. For now anyway. My favorite one happens to be the Inspiration Kit. That one gives you a little bit of a lot of things. There always is a nice big stamp set in there that is amazing. And now the stamp sets all have coordinating dies, which is fantastic. They are always amazing. And if you see how big the sets are, there's no question of the value of these kits. They are crazy good. They have a little selection of paper in there. They have, I don't know why I didn't use a glue dot on that, but that's okay. They have, oftentimes they have ribbon, and I love the ribbon. The ribbon is just really good. Sometimes it'll even have some kind of a medium in it. You just never know. That's part of the fun of it, is you never know what exactly it's going to have in it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and adhere this so we can kind of move on from that. Let's just stick a little piece of our tissue tape. Kind of need to not going to push it down until I feel pretty good about where it's at. Does that look about right? Maybe a little bit more. I think we'll put about right there. Okay. Hopefully that I'm not sorry, because that's stuck now. Okay. We'll stick down our Y and our U.
Were you going to make the L tag as well, or just the O's?
Just the O's. I thought about making them all tags, but then I thought it was kind of fun to have one highlighted. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't put my ribbon through my tag yet, so that's going to be interesting to do. So that should be good for entertaining. Let's see what I can do as far as that goes. Thankfully I was a little chintzy on my adhesive. Maybe I can make it happen. See if we can just kind of tuck it up under. Okay, this is when these are great. These are dental flossers, And if you haven't already used them in your craft room, you need to have a little package of these because they are great in a situation such as this. Because I've got a little hole and kind of a fat ribbon. So I'm going to try to, if I can hold on to it. Let's see if I can feed at least one side of my ribbon through there. Maybe. That might be asking too much of our little flosser. That is a pretty thick ribbon.
Yeah, it's a small hole, babe.
Yep, that's not going to happen. I think I can pull it this way though. Yeah. Alright, well, we'll show you the other trick another time. It's great with thread. So we've got it through. We're going to want to trim that down a little bit. Just so it's not all the way on top of all of the other letters. And then one thing I like to do, especially if you're working with a kind of short piece, I like to just grab a little piece of twine. And just tie a little bow around it rather than try to tie the ribbon. We'll leave this ribbon kind of long and I'll see how I feel about it in a minute. Okay, we'll have to see if those are going to be too long or not, but for now, we've got that under control. Okay, so now we can conquer the top half of our little thing, our little, what do you want to call it? Sign, I guess. Let's go ahead and let's glue these down so they're out of our way. Okay, we'll move our little flowers for a second. Our stems. Let's get our envelope. So we had our E was about, I can't remember now. I have to put it back on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim these down a bunch, I think. I'm okay with that. It's kind of a funny little stubby, but I think that's okay. So about like that, maybe. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these letters on. I think it'll be easier to work kind of under them than try to guess where they're going. Maybe we'll do that one a little straighter. I don't know. Let's try it like that. We'll hold off on that one because we will need to put our stuff through it. Let's do this. All right, so let's grab our, this is the fun part, remember? I was trying to get the backing off. Okay. The worst is I used to, like, don't look at my nails right now, but I used to get acrylic nails. I don't know if they were actually acrylic, but something along those lines. And those were hard to craft with. Okay. Let's do this. And let's go ahead and I think we don't need any kind of foam on these ones because we want them to be flat because they're going to be underneath those other two. Having the two on the end I think is enough. I'm just going to lightly set that down because I'm not quite sure yet where I want it. And this one, let's go ahead and put some, do we want to use the same kind of ribbon? Yeah, it kind of goes along a theme. Let's do one more of the same. I do have some red. No, I think I like it the same. Okay. We're going to need to trim it down a little bit to match the other. That I think is close enough. Okay. I think we can go ahead and call those good. Now I'm just going to go ahead and tie that bow again. And we will wrap this up here pretty quick. We're almost done. I think I'll trim that up a little bit. I don't really want it to be too far across my tag. At least not right over the top of my letter. Okay, now we can go ahead and put our little flowers on. And our envelope. See if I've got a glue dot handy. And we'll put our, let's put this one down. You like what?
The red on the black.
The red on the black. I like red and black together. They're always kind of bold and dramatic. All right. We've got these, and then we just got our little leaves, and then we'll try putting it in our little frame. I want it that way or that way. I'm leaning towards that way. Okay, so let's just put a little glue on our cute little leaf. I don't want to touch it too much because I don't want with my fingers because I think I'll bring it back up if I do that. Let's see, I do want to out a little bit though. See if I can just kind of push it down. My scissors. These are my sticky scissors. I use them for cutting foam. And
Seal says hi.
Hi Seal, how are you? Thanks for joining us. And I think we've about got that. So this is what we've got. Let's go ahead and put it in a frame. I think I've got every piece on there now.
Tell Seal that Christopher's given a $25 gift card for every share.
Seal, just so you know, if you didn't see up in the comments above, Christopher is giving away a $25 gift card to people who, to a lucky winner if you share. Okay, so now I'm going to do something a little scary I should have done first. But now you can learn from my mistake. So I have these little adhesive Velcro. And this is the kind of stabby side. I don't know exactly how to describe it. You know, there's the softer side and then the more grabby side. This is the grabby side. Because on my on the backing of the frame that I happen to have, it already has that kind of grabby fabric. So, and I like to change it out. I've used it for several things over the years. So since this is just for Valentine's Day, I might want to make something later. And this one is the hanging one, so I'm just looking to see. Yeah, okay. It doesn't have like anything to make it stand up. So the trick is lining this up. Again, I have a little grace because you don't see the edges. But we kind of want to get it as close as we can. I may have to move that a little bit. I think it's okay though. Let's look and see how we did. The only thing I was worried about was the top edge, and it looks like it's not shown, so I think we're okay. I'll just go ahead and close it up. You can see I've used it a lot over the years. It's actually what I used to display the cards that I was doing for my next class on. That's why I need, oh, it looks like it needs a little paint job, but anyway, hopefully you can see this. Scooch it over a little bit. And that took us an hour to make. Well, granted I had a lot of things already done, but as far as cutting it out and everything and putting it together,
oh, that's good. Not
too shabby for that long. Sorry that it looks backwards on your screen. One day I hope to be able to fix that. When I get a stronger computer one day, I'll be able to do that with a webcam, I believe. So anyway, let me flip the camera up.
Michelle says love it.
Oh, thank you, Michelle. So easy, and that paper is so cute. And Darren's put all of the links up if you need the links. Let me.
It looks beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Seal. And I will post. I will post the picture of the finished project so that you can see it right side. Sorry, I can never get the phone back in the thing, so I'll just hold it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I love making Valentine projects, and I will be making more next week. So please join me then, and for the rest of you, for all of you, sorry, I didn't word that right. Please have a great rest of your week, and please stay safe. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye.